even down. All right. So when you spawn here, oh, hang on. Let me turn my DPI up. So the person who spawns right here, or the person with camnet needs to go to main hall at the start.
Okay.
Person with camnet goes main hall. Do do do. All right. So I usually don't sound horror, of course. I never do. But even without sound whoring, you need to. If you hear them rolling across right here, it probably means they're going corridor C. If you hear them rolling across there,
You mean when you hear them roll above you?
that's what they're up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So
And that's corridor C. Okay.
this is corridor C right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So my goal as Merc, what I like to do is prevent them from getting into the machine room. So like this Merc right here, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing you want to do, maybe rush some mines down or whatever. All right. You just want to kind of look around, see if you find them. Okay. All right.
You just
So
look everywhere.
yeah, I do something way different than most people though. So like what I do is I come in here and I watch. I kind of stand right here. The reason I stand right here is because I can watch if they're in main hall. First of all, I can see main hall from in here, and I can also deny machine room. Now, if they enter machine room, don't blow it up early game. Don't blow it up. You want
No.
you want this path right here.
Yeah.
So I'll block corridor C, prevent corridor C entirely, and I'll prevent corridor B entry right here, and then I can watch
Yeah.
main hall right here.
So that they're not going off.
Yeah, I try not to let, and you can also watch. The reason I like right here, you can also stop main hall from the top, from
Yeah.
right here. So you can
Oh,
stop.
you can native, or how
No,
do
you
do
can
that?
just kind of block them so they can't come in. You know, obviously
Oh,
you're
yeah.
standing here. You're like physically
Yeah.
standing here. You want to make sure they don't make that jump to right there because they can do
Yeah.
that. Um, but yeah, from right here you can watch main hall. The only weakness to this setup is main hall co-op, but your teammate's gonna
Yeah.
be in corridor B, so you could put a stop to that. You want to
Yeah.
catch them right when they go main hall co-op. Now the key on
Yeah.
this map to using CamNet is you don't want to look at all the cameras. You don't want to look at every camera. Quarter B you don't have to watch because your teammate's going to be there. You
Okay.
can somewhat watch dig room if you want to, but your teammate's going to be mainly responsible for that. You don't pay attention to this camera at all. Um, well, obviously main hall is the main one you want to watch. You want to watch
Yeah.
if he's going up the ladders. You want to watch if they're going for right there, if they're going for right there.
What?
Yeah. Now your teammate's gonna want to tell you when there's security failures. Like if there's security failures, he's gonna want to tell you. But this is the main camera you watch. Main hall and corridor C are the main cameras. All right. So I want you to think about this map. Imagine how much easier this map will be to guard if they never get into machine room. That means that you can pretty much shut the map down easily. Your
Yeah.
teammate is gonna be in here. So obviously you're trying to prevent machine room access, and you're watching main hall, and you're looking on the cameras
Yeah.
from about around there. You don't have to be right there. You can also play it. I mean, you don't have to stand right here. You can also like stay in main hall. Like, but you don't want them in this vent right here. You don't want them to come through this vent. People don't watch this enough. You don't want to. You just don't want them in corridor C at all.
So you can be and watch the
Yeah.
also.
So you prevent them from getting through this vent, and you watch main hall. That's basically your goal.
Yeah.
Even if you
Yeah.
don't have camnet, that's your goal when you're this merc. You watch main hall, and you prevent them from getting through this vent. You can put mines. Don't let them in this vent, and it'll be huge. You can even put 2 mines down this hall. Just deny this vent. Just don't let them in that. All right. So your teammate, you can. I mean, it's the same concept even without camnet. It's the same thing. Obviously, if you're in here, shoot the boards out. Um, you kind of stand at this door right here. Don't let them through this vent right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't let them through there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want them at the co-op either, so you can want to kind of watch that vent. The co-op's
Beyond
pretty
one
easy. Yeah, if you see them co-op, all you have to do is just launch it. All you have to do is just launch a frag up there. He's dead. Like the co-op's not hard to stop. It takes one frag to stop the co-op on this map. One. Even if he tases you, it's literally just jump, shoot a frag. He's dead. Like, that's it. That's all it takes. Just one frag shot up there. Alright, so quarter A, don't go too deep into digger room. Kind of stand around this area
Yeah.
right here. because you want to be able to shut down quarter B.
Yeah.
Don't worry about quarter C really. Don't really worry about it. There's really nothing that quarter C offers that's important about
You
really.
mean C or A?
Don't watch A. Don't watch A. Don't, like let the spies can have A. It's fine. It's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
You want to both mercs need to be on this side of the map, because all right, I want you to think about all the ways the machine room. All right, they can come through here, right here. They can come through that vent, which is still quarter B. Okay, they can
Yeah.
come through quarter C, or they can come through the top of main hall. So if you think about it, the way we're guarding the map, both mercs are watching all of those entrances. So
Yeah.
then the spy's only option is digger room or main hall. You don't want the spies to have 3 rooms to attack. You want them to have 2. So we're shutting down a room entirely.
Yeah.
So try to your focus on this map should be more to try to stop them from getting in machine room. Now I'll tell you what to do once they are in machine, but that's your main goal on this map is to prevent them from getting in there. If you're the diggery merc, you can put a mine right here. You don't want them in there. And so as this merc, so that merc over there that I showed you previously, he's watching quarter C, main hall, and if he does have camnet, which that's the guy that should have it, he should be watching. He should be kind of watching over the map, watching main hall on camnet mainly, watching the main hall camera mainly.
Yeah.
Okay. This merc right here is watching the digger co-op, the digger 15-second hack, as well as quarter B to obviously quarter B to machine room. So
Yeah.
both mercs kind of help each other watch machine room. You don't want them to let them in there. If the merc, so I'll tell you why you don't want them in machine room. So right now you would say the map's somewhat easy to shut down, right? Because the mercs are just watching 2 rooms.
Yeah.
All right. If one spy gets a machine room, this main hall merc over here or this digger merc is gonna have to come in here and put an end to that. So then that means there's 3 rooms you have to watch, and it just makes
Yeah.
things a lot harder.
Mhm.
All right. So the reason I said not to blow it up early is because main hall. I want you to think about how much easier this is as merc. All right. So
Yeah.
you have this free path right here, right?
Yeah.
You don't have that if you blow it up. If you blow it up, that's abstract. That's now
Yeah.
later on in the game. All right. So here's a rule of thumb: if the spies both have 4 lives, don't blow this up. If they have 2 lives, that's when you should blow it up. Because if you blow it up at the start of the game, think about like so. Imagine the spies have both have 4 lives left, right? You blow this up, you're taking this option away the rest of the game. But if they
Yeah.
have 2 lives apiece, you need that kill then, so you can kill them, or especially 1 life.
Yeah.
You see the logic behind that, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think mercs blow this up too early.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you can watch this objective from down below, whereas usually the reason I think this guy should watch the machine room. Usually, when you play, I would imagine the digger guy goes machine room, right, up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. What I think the smarter way is the main hall guy to watch machine room because he can physically be right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you can taste hack that guy sniping all day. You need to physically be here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and he can't really guard main hall machine room properly if the room's blown up. This guy, he needs this path right here, because if the spies
Yeah.
rotate up top, he can simply run up the stairs. You can't do that when the room's blown up.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's way easier to guard when the room is just clear. Plus, it makes the spies really nervous when they know they can die to it. You know, it makes spies play
Yeah.
really hesitant when they know the room.
Yeah.
It sounds weird, but it's almost a benefit to the mercs in a way when the room isn't blown up because the spies are always scared to go anywhere.
Yeah. They're
So,
not gonna fight you when
yeah,
you're there.
if the room's blown up though, they're free to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So blow this up late game. Don't blow it up early game. Always.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't give, dude. I'm telling you, I get the machine room all the time because mercs just don't watch quarter C. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so this is your mercs area right here. This is where you want to play, right here, because you can
Mhm.
watch the co-op, you can watch the objective obviously, and you can watch quarter C right here. So, do you see why this is such a strong spot?
Yeah.
Okay, 3 huge things you can watch from right here, even without camnet. If you do have camnet, you can play a little deeper in here because you can watch main hall from the camera.
Yeah.
But you don't have to. I mean, you don't have to do that. If you guys play without camnet, that's fine. You can just watch it from here. All right. So one merc should always be right there for sure. Um, you also want to make sure he's not up top. You don't want him up. You want to see on CamNet, or if you're not using CamNet, you want to catch him if he's up top. Because if he's
Yeah.
up top, you're going to want to cut him off. You're going to want to head to the machine room to cut him off. Right here.
You want to head into machine?
Yep, you want to head into machine so that you can cut him off right here.
Right.
So he can't get in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. How about, for example, if your other, like, there's one in main. Oh yeah, you stopped it, right? Yeah. You can stop it and you
Yeah, you're the main hall merc.
Yeah.
The only tricky thing and the only weakness to this setup is this co-op, but you can still watch it easily, obviously, from here. And it takes 2 spies to do a co-op. So one thing to remember as merc, if you ever see a spy by himself, you can eliminate the option of any co-ops. Like, you don't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just common sense, but sometimes people don't think of that.
I know that's common sense.
Okay. Alright, so this merc right here, of course, preventing corridor B access, as well as watching over here. Keep an eye on this vent, obviously, right here. Keep an eye on that. Alright, of course, this is kind of hard to watch sometimes. It's kind of hard to watch. Frags are actually really easy to stop. This easier than you think. So the one thing I want you to do as this on this map is shoot this glass out early, okay? Alright, and then you bank a frag off of this to kill them. You bank it off right here. It'll kill them. It's really not as hard to stop as people make it out to be. You just bank it off of that right here. This. You just bank it off of that. And you can only do that when the glass is broken. And the good thing about this, it's usually always a kill because it's kind of hard for the spy to dodge an A's when he's up there. Yeah, so just remember this, shoot the glass out and bank it off of this right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really not that hard to stop. For some reason mercs never do that. I don't know why. You can go ahead and shoot some of these boards out. Or you can not, I mean you can. I usually like to shoot this open. Just go ahead and pre-shoot it.
Do it after they open
Yeah.
it up, because I can easily look from the outside that
Yeah.
no one has that.
Now, normally I'm not a big charger, right? Like, obviously. But one nice little trick I do sometimes, I bank a nade right here, so it kind of goes in, so it forces a spy right here for me to shoot him.
And then you charge them on the other side.
Yeah, you can, or the charger shoot.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing you can do. Obviously don't get the box dropped on you.
No.
No. But yeah, you want to try to make it your goal not to let them in machine room. It's really not as hard. It takes 2 mercs to do that. So if you're playing with Sunny Days, he's probably not going to commute. That's the problem with all this is you don't have like a teammate that knows how I like to watch maps. So they're probably just going to let the spies in machine room, and it's just going to throw all of this off. If they're in machine room, it makes this map way harder to guard as merc. Also, if you blow this open as merc early, which Sunny Days and Rax and all of them probably will, I want you to just think about how obstructed you are as merc now. Like how. Yeah, just look. Well, a lot of people don't agree with my logic, but like, doesn't it make sense not to blow it up early? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You want to utilize all this advantage you have and make the spies scared to move around, and then you want to blow it up later when they're low on lives, so you can kill one out of the game. Yeah. Usually if they're right there, I kind of jump right here. This is like not a bad spot to be, right here. But yeah, it's kind of a pain now because see you can't. I mean, obviously right here you can jump right here and go over. That's why I like right there. But I don't know. You're just kind of obstructed. Factory is more of a merc-sided map, I think, than people give it credit for. But the reason I think it's kind of merc-sided is the spies can't rotate objectives very well on this map.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to rotate from machine to main hall without the mercs knowing about it. It's kind of a different style of map. I think if anything, Factory is more of a double team map. You want to double team a lot more on this map than you would on other maps. I think this is more of a map for like double teaming things. Yeah, I've always thought that. I don't really know.
What if they attack the main hall and the machine room at the same time?
Main hall and machine room? Okay, so, well, first of all, that's where communication comes into key. The key, you want to be proactive on this game. Like,
Yeah,
you want to spot the attack before it happens always. So like hopefully you can see the attack coming beforehand because like obviously you have visions of him coming in here.
yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing: when this merc goes into machine room to stop it,
Yeah.
right?
It's not your mate.
Your teammate should change his position
Yeah.
because now he's responsible partially for main hall.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll tell you why I don't blow machine room open is as this merc is because I want you to think. All right, so let's say you're main hall, right? And they hack this objective. This is blocked now.
Mhm.
It's blocked. If it's not blown up, you can actually rotate between this and main hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
Mhm.
Can't do that when it's blown up. Um,
No.
so technically, this guy. Okay, so this guy cannot watch main hall when it's blown up. He can't watch it. The other guy has to watch it from the stairs.
Yeah.
So this guy doesn't watch main hall. It's only when it's not blown up can he watch it.
Mhm.
And don't you agree it's better to physically go there than to just sit up here?
Yeah.
Because yeah, he could just taste hack you all day and hack it.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So later on, you're gonna blow it up most likely, and that other merc is gonna be responsible for main hall. But I'll tell you what to do. So when your teammate's ever in machine room, when he's ever in machine room, um, you need to kind of go halfway,
Huh.
like halfway in quarter B, because he's now gonna have to watch main hall and digger room, and
Mhm.
hopefully the person with the camnet, if they have it, can communicate to you which one they're going to attack.
Yeah.
So usually what I tell Josh is I'm watching main hall, right, on camnet. I tell him to cheat towards the digger room because I can watch main hall on camnet. I do this while I'm multitasking. If the guy's in here, like what I'll do
Mhm.
is I'll be at that hack up here, and I'll kind of back. You know how when a guy's in that computer, you kind of get moments of like peace, like where you're not really fighting.
Yeah.
I'll switch to my main hall camera. I'll say not in main hall, not in main hall, not in main hall. I'll keep telling him not in main hall. That allows him to
Yeah.
play digger room entirely.
Yeah.
Because you got to use process of elimination on this game. Like
Mhm.
here's an example. If I tell him he's not in main hall, what does that tell you? So if one merc is in machine room, right? I'm watching main hall and no one's there. That probably tells you he's probably going digger, right? Because obviously he's not in main hall. The other merc is in machine room. So you kind of got to use process of elimination. It wouldn't make sense for me to watch digger and main hall. I don't have to really do that. All I got to do is watch one. So don't feel like you have to watch every camera. I would rather you
Well,
watch
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I would rather you watch one camera really closely than watch all of them
Yeah.
somewhat. You
Otherwise,
know.
you're gonna miss. You're
Yeah,
gonna miss
you don't want to
something.
miss anything. So yeah. Um, of course you want to try to stop that. If you're this merc right
Yeah.
here in digger room, like don't just try your best not to let them in that vent. Like have your scope on it. Try to just like annoy the hell out
No,
of them
always
and
hold
prevent
on.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah, try not to let them in here at all.
Yeah.
Um, if you ever get noise over here, it means they're quarter A most likely, because they have to dive for these lasers
Yeah.
if they're gonna not secure, not no. All right, a big thing on this map also is the security, right? So
Yeah.
when you see security failure, it's important you find out where that security failure was.
Yeah.
All right, and the most important thing on this map is obviously there's three co-ops, right?
Mhm.
All right, there's three co-ops. Wow, someone's arguing in the other room. I don't know what. Oh my gosh, my dad is pissed at somebody. Um, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he has anger problems. But anyway, if there's three co-ops. So if you ever see one, the first thing you want to do is make sure they're not going for the co-ops.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see one spy by himself, you can eliminate that option, right?
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna go check on my dad. He's not very happy. Hang on one second. All right, I'm back. You there? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
I can kind of see why he would be mad. Um, he's selling his car, right?
Yeah.
And his girlfriend, he wants to sell his girlfriend's sister wants a car, right?
Yeah.
She's trying to tell him since she's his girlfriend, he should sell the car cheaper to cheaper to her sister, like by like thousands.
Oh.
And my dad wants no part of that. Like,
No.
I mean, I can understand why he would be upset at that.
Yeah, because he can also sell it. He doesn't have to sell it to her. He can sell it to anyone he wants.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And then if she wants that, it's like okay, but
yeah,
not
yeah. I can
money.
kind of see the lot. I can kind of see why he would be upset.
Hmm.
All right.
So they actually fight about it.
Yeah, there he has anger problems, but let's see. But yeah, what I was saying about the co-ops, you want to make sure that you always want to. If you find one spy by himself, that should be a huge relief to you on this map because you can eliminate all three co-ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, process of elimination is where most of your like map knowledge is really important, obviously, but just using process of elimination is like really important on this game. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what I really think about this game? I think EAX makes people worse players because like they don't use things like that. They just listen for sound.
Yeah. They don't think anymore.
No, they don't really think. The game kind of does
Literally,
things for them.
in this map, I asked my teammates like, if there's someone with them, I tell them like, are they still with you? Are they? I have to keep asking because
Yeah,
people
yeah,
don't
yeah.
tell.
Yeah.
Because I
Me and
know like
Josh tell each other everything. Like, not only do I tell Josh where I like the guys with me, we try to figure out where the teammate is.
yeah.
So like obviously, say the room's not blown up, right? And I'm in here. I'll always have
Hmm.
CamNet selected. And I'll say not in main hall, not in main
Yeah.
hall, not in main hall, not in main hall. And Josh will try to tell me, oh, he's in digger. I'm like, all right, well, let's just keep an eye on them and keep them where we're at. Like, don't let them rotate. And then if Josh thinks if there's a security failure, I'll check if he went, between digger main hall. Like, we're always communicating like that. That's why we beat everybody. It's not by skill. It's just we have really good communication.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps we have good skill, but like it's really skilling. It's communication is the main thing, and then obviously mechanical skill, decision making, stuff like that is really important. I like this game kind of because you don't have to be the more skilled player to win. In most games, it's all about mechanics, right? But like this game, you
Yeah.
can win by teamwork and decision making.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Or at the same time, you can also win by having tremendous skill and having no brains. You can do it. You can do it multiple ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
There are like different play styles.
Yeah, there's a lot of different play styles. There's different way. Factory is the main map. I would say that is there's different ways to watch it, but I really just think that the smartest way is the way I explain, not blowing the room up. And this guy watching, like, doesn't it make more sense to you that main hall guy would watch machine room because like it's closer.
Yeah.
There's literally a
Hmm.
door that connects right here.
Yeah. I agree.
So, although what you could do, what me and Josh do on this map, is we both watch machine room. So like I'll watch this objective machine room, he'll watch this objective. Cause see how this door is closer to here.
Yeah.
All right, well this door is closer to here, so it's kind of whichever one they hack, I guess. If they do
When it's
happen to
not
get
blown
by,
up, you mean? When it
huh?
isn't blown up. When it isn't blown
Yeah,
up at
when it
all.
isn't blown up. Yeah, if it's blown up, this guy has to watch it. He has to, cause obviously that guy can't get over there.
Yeah.
Like people underestimate how much damage it does to the mercs when you blow this room up. It's a
Yeah.
pretty
That's
big
true.
deal.
Yeah.
And here's the biggest problem with this map. If a merc drops, right? If he drops
Yeah.
and he's watching this, right?
Yeah.
All right. If this spy jumps over here or rushes up there and gets by you,
Yeah. You're
you're
screwed.
screwed because you have to go all the way around.
Yeah.
You have to go all the way around here. It's
Mhm.
really a big nuisance. It's a lot of time that you're dedicating to walking all the way around. So yeah. This map is huge for communication. Like it's hard to win on this map alone. It really is. You need to have communication on this map to
Yeah.
win. Yeah. It's it's really about corridor C and corridor B and finding out where the spies are, eliminating the option of a co-op if you find one, good
Yeah.
camnet use, and that's really all the map is. Trying to prevent them from getting a machine room and then locking down the other two rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good
But
map, but it's a different style of map for sure. It's obviously nothing like Club or Steel. It's just a completely unique map.
does the map have any nice snipe spots or nade spots?
Nades. Hmm. Can't really think of many. Obviously, the crane, the nade on the thing over here I talked about
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's easy. It's a really easy nade. Um,
Yeah.
there's a nade over here that's decent. The spice, you can nade that computer from right here, and it's an insta frag when it hits from right here.
Ah, really?
Yeah, because it's such a far range.
Where
Uh,
do you shoot it?
just back here. You kind of just have to have a feel for it. You just kind of bank it off that wall way back there.
The back wall?
Yeah, that back wall by the computer. You bank it
Uh-huh.
off of that, and then it'll blow up instantly because it's such a far distance. And the spy
Yeah.
might not hear you shoot it.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
One frag that if I played this game really competitively, I guarantee you, there's a frag you can shoot from here that kills them at that computer. Like I know there has to be, right? Like wouldn't it make sense that there
Yeah.
would be?
Yeah.
I,
Does.
and it'd be an insta frag when it blew up. Like I've never
Yeah.
practiced this frag, but don't you think there would be a there? It looks like something's there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've never really thought of it.
Although you have to get really good because you run the risk of blowing up the room.
Yeah,
That's
true.
a big
Yeah,
problem.
that's true. But yeah, that's one thing I've thought about. Um, I'll see. There's really not that many frags. Um, all right, so when they're hacking machine room main hall, you always want to
Yeah.
pre-frag. Don't ever frag where the spy is. You want to shoot a frag down there, right? Like I'll show you a good way to kill them at main hall. If they're all right, so when you're right here, right, when you're approaching it, you want to frag the vent so he can't go in there, and then you want to block his entrance right here so you can charge him.
Yeah.
But you want to eliminate that option of him going down immediately. Boom, frag in there.
Yeah.
He can't. If he
Yeah.
drops, he's dead. And
Yeah.
then you want to beat him to this cage right here, and then you want to
Mhm.
kill him.
Yeah.
So that works. Trying to think. Obviously, I don't really think about frags, but usually if I run around a map, I could try to figure something out. I've never really thought of this, but let's see. Is there? Hmm. I wonder if you fragged right there, if it'd kill the guy hacking the computer. I almost wonder that. Because that's a really tight corner right there. I wonder if you could make it around that corner to kill him. I bet you probably could. Um, I'm sure there's a frag you could shoot right here that would kill the spy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of frags in this game. You just have to be kind of like know the spots. But obviously, we don't play factory a whole lot, so it's not a map that anybody's like
It's not like
mastered.
Steel Squad, right?
Yeah,
Where
it's
it's kind
nothing
of
like Steel. Yeah, there's a
nice
lot of
spots.
frags. There's a lot of stuff on Steel, obviously. This map,
Yeah.
not quite as much. Let's
Mhm.
see. Sometimes to be a dick, I'll get up here. You can get a nice visual of right here.
Yeah.
I remember
What hard?
some mercs used to watch this map from the top up here. You could frag.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't think it's very smart, but it can be done. It's really, like I say, it's not smart, but the more I think about it, maybe it's not that bad because I'll show you why. You can obviously stop machine room access from here and digger room doors right there. But the only problem is you can't watch quarter C, so that's why I would say don't
Yeah.
do it. You're giving them
Yeah.
machine room access, so it's probably not smart. One really important thing on this game is you need to look at how the mercs are guarding the map and then know what the weakness is to their setup, whatever they're doing. There's always a
Yeah.
weakness to it. That's the first thing me and Josh don't always have a set strategy. We'll have like an opener, but like mid game, like you got to see how they're guarding it, and you got to know where they're weak at, where you need to hit.
Mhm.
So there's a weakness to every strategy. Like every single setup on most maps, there's a weakness to it. You just have to know how to attack that. Like obviously Sunny Days and Shiza and Rex and all them play really strange, really overly aggressive, I would say, and it's pretty easy to like pick them apart if you know how to do it with a teammate, of course. Yeah, a lot of one thing I've noticed a lot of European players is they play like really aggressive as Merc. They'll like
Yeah.
they don't really watch objectives. They kind of like
They
patrol the map.
overplay.
Yeah, they like
Yeah.
patrol the map a little bit. It's like it's not very smart. Like
Yeah.
the style I play is I let the spies come to me. I don't go searching for them. I let them come to me.
Uh-huh.
I'll let them come in my patrol zone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the goal on this map is these computers right here. It's not getting kills.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
plus you don't want to over pursue. Like if go all the way over here to kill a spy, quarter C's wide open.
Yeah.
You know, that's when things go wrong. You can't do that. Like you just can't do it. And that's a big reason why games are lost by mercs. Like I think more games are lost on this game than won. Like uh, I think it's more of spies taking advantages of mercs making mistakes than the mercs playing really well. Usually the team that makes the least mistakes wins the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. It's not great plays a lot of times. A lot of times it's not great mechanical skill and great things. It's literally just taking advantage of mistakes. You don't have to like have tremendous skill to win. You just have to know like so like there's a window on this game. Like so your window of opportunity on this game is small. You just got to make sure you take it like immediately. You can't hesitate on this game.
Yeah.
Because what I said earlier, if there's a merc right here, right? Quarter C is temporarily open. Now it's not open for long, but it is open. So
Uh-huh.
it's up to you to hit that, find that decision, like make that decision quickly. Don't hesitate. Just see it's open and go for it.
Yeah.
And of course, avoiding mines as spy is one of the biggest skills you can have. And I say skills like hearing them is one thing, but just knowing the routes to take to avoid them. So like as spy, you can like go around here. You would avoid mines. Like even if you can't hear mines, like you could still avoid them
Right.
pretty well by taking smart paths.
Mhm.
But yeah, it sucks because I feel like this game was never reached its full potential as far as skill level goes. Like
No.
I would just love to see like really.
When there still were tons of people, do you think there were some people that were getting the whole potential?
No,
Like
I don't think it's. I think for that to happen, first of all, I think there has to be money in the game. I hate to say it, but that's kind of true. I think people would have to devote long, long hours, and there would have to be tons of competition, probably cash prize
yeah.
tournaments. People would have to be able to make somewhat of a living off playing it for that to ever happen.
Right.
Because think about it, if your living is based on a video game, you're going to be way better at that game than the average person. Like way better. Like
But also,
imagine if there was like millions of dollars in the game. Like
of course.
yeah, you would be
Also,
way
just
better.
having the opportunity to spend like all of your time on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big thing. Um, like StarCraft players had sponsorships, right? In Korea when it was really popular, the richest people in Korea would donate tons and tons of money to have team houses. So the top
Mhm.
StarCraft players would get their own food. They would get everything. They would get housing. They would literally live in a house to play StarCraft 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the skill level like there is, and just tons of competition. It was the number one sport in Korea during StarCraft Brood War, like the number one sport, like in Korea, like more than any athletic sport.
Mhm.
So you can just imagine how good those players were. Imagine if Chaos Theory was like that, where you were sponsored by a rich people to play a game.
Mhm.
You know, just imagine like the level of skill involved and like strategy. It
So
would be crazy.
yeah, didn't get that popular. I guess it was because it was kind of a side thing, right? To the
Yeah, it really
to the
sucks too Because not even being biased, this game would be so fun to watch as like an esport. Like, wouldn't it be fun for you to
Yeah.
watch like the best Koreans
Yeah.
and gamers play this game? Like
Yeah,
on
right
live
now it's like
TV?
younger.
Like on live TV
Yeah.
with commentating and tournaments, and
Yeah.
you would have pro
It'd
teams.
be really fun.
Yeah, you could watch like the top Korean guys play it, top European guys, and like, yeah, top
Yeah.
Americans. It'd be really fun.
I
Just
don't
think,
like. I still. This is. I don't know that many games even, but I still think like it's such a fun, good game. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Like.
such a good game. This is the best game there's ever been for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Didn't they promote it enough, or
I
is
think the
that
marketing on it was really bad.
right?
I also think the main problem with this game though was that it launched on original Xbox right before the 360 came out.
Oh, so then people couldn't play it on
No, people
360.
couldn't play it on 360, and they moved on to the new 360 games. I think that's the biggest problem with it. I
Yeah.
think it came out at a really poor time. Like, because
Right.
obviously, back in the day, back in 2005, console gaming was king. It was the most popular way of playing games. And original Xbox, they released this game right before the launch of the Xbox 360.
That's.
I just think it was poor. I think also they didn't market the multiplayer very well because like I found the multiplayer by mistake. I think of Splinter Cell as a single player game, you know, which most people do.
Yeah.
Most people don't even know it has multiplayer, so the marketing was real. Like one thing you'll notice if you go look at funding of games, right? Like how much they spend on development versus marketing, they spend 3 times more on marketing than development.
Yeah.
All games do that. Like good, they spend most of their money on the marketing of the game. This game,
Because even if people don't know,
yeah,
everyone's gonna get.
yeah. I mean, you can make some nice looking commercial, you know, even if the game's shit, you can make the game, you know, you can make it look good on a commercial and people are going to buy
Yeah.
it, you know. But there were no commercials obviously for SCCT versus. So, marketing is such a big thing in getting games sold, you know.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as anything else. This game just had really poor marketing. It came out at a poor time. Uh, most people don't even know this game has multiplayer. It's really a
Yeah.
shame too, because this is such a good game, and not only is it a good game, it's such a cool genre and like concept. Like it's a first-person shooter versus a third-person shooter, and also like what me and Josh always
Unique.
say. What's that?
Unique in that.
It's really unique because you have a mercenary. Like think of like Call of Duty or Counter Strike. It's literally just gun against gun, right?
Yeah,
Like
and same thing all the time.
yeah, this one's like spy versus like it's like two different people going against each other with different goals, and the
Yeah, it's
hacking
fun.
system. Like having to hack different objectives, having co-ops, having security on the map. It's just such a
Yeah.
unique game. Like it really sucks.
Mhm.
I always say playing this game is a curse though, because it makes you not enjoy other games as much.
Yeah.
Like I could mindlessly play other games probably if I never played this. It kind of
Oh, that's
ruins
true.
things. Yeah.
Do you think they remake it and then make it popular if they have proper marketing?
I don't think it'll ever happen, but obviously, I mean, it could be done. This is such a good game, but
Concept is so good. It's
it's
just
such a good concept, yeah, but I don't know. Developers want a cheap and easy way to make like an easy way to make money. This game's probably pretty complicated to make.
yeah, true.
Like, why would they make this game when they can just make another battle royale game that's gonna make millions?
Yeah, that's true.
It sucks, but like simplicity is what developers want.
Yeah.
And this game is first of all, it's kind of hard to sell in a way because it's so unique. People might not understand.
You have to totally play it to know
Yeah,
it's fun.
yeah. I appreciate all the how complex this game is. Like the strategy and everything is just so deep. It's
Sometimes
really this game's really hard for a new player to pick up. It's very difficult because it's so like they could play mercenary maybe, but spy is just foreign to like you can get any top Korean player or any top gamer, right? And put them as spy on Chaos Theory and they're gonna lose to you and Nora or
oh
you and
yeah.
they're gonna lose. Like they can have all the skill in the world, but they're not gonna know what to do. But if you guys
True.
play Counter Strike, if you give the top guy in the world at Counter Strike and you make him play like Call of Duty or any shooter, he's probably going to be great at it, like right off the
Yeah.
bat almost, because he can shoot people. But this game's not all
Well,
about mechanics.
the fact that it's unique also works against it a bit because
Yeah, it
people
is.
the same, or like
People want to be good at a game instantly, like because that's just how
yeah,
people are nowadays. They're not patient. They want to be good at a game instantly. You're not going to be good at this game right away. It's just not going to
I think
happen.
that's right because you keep
Yeah.
the game never gets old. You keep being able to find out new things,
Yeah.
strategies.
Yeah. When I play this game, I like to think of it as what would the top players do. Like I
Yeah,
think, yeah, I don't just mindlessly roam the map like them because the truth is that this game was played as an esport and people were making money off of it. You would never see mercenaries mindlessly roaming the map ever. Everything,
no,
because you would have to keep the openings of the spies as tight as possible. You would have to like really patrol well in your areas. Like it wouldn't be unorganized. This game would be super organized, like super
yeah,
organized.
yeah,
Like like me even walking to here would be like almost, like
that,
yeah, like you would have to be super organized and have great communication. You'd have to have callouts for everything. You'd have to have a lot of callouts. Like for example, this staircase would have a name if it was like an esport.
right,
They wouldn't just call this main hall ever. This would not just be called main hall. They would have like sections, like they would know what alarm this was. This would have like an alarm. This name would have an alarm, or this alarm would have a name to it. Because so
yeah,
then if I see the guy on Camnet and he's at this alarm, I would say precisely where he is.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
Yeah, it would have stuff like that. It would be a completely different game than you're used to seeing. I think the game. I think honestly, Spies and Mercs. I think some things on the game would be nerfed a little bit for sure. Like I think some things would be changed around. I think some maps would be reworked.
yeah,
Yeah, I think some maps would for sure be reworked. I think some abilities and stuff would be a little too strong. I think the Merc charge would probably be changed a little bit. I think like maybe mines would be nerfed a little bit.
maybe they would make it made louder.
Yeah, I think the mines would change a little bit. Yeah, for sure. But I honestly think if this game was played as an esport level, Camnet would be used a lot. Like imagine like top level Koreans using Cam, like they would just be like everywhere. Like Camnet would probably have to be nerfed to be honest.
Yeah,
They would probably have to nerf Camnet. You know what me and Josh do? Obviously, we don't have to guard it like this, but if we're playing like Runix and Chorizo, we would probably bring double Camnet on factory.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, and then he watches a certain amount of cams. I watch a certain amount of cams because you can really lock it down from there.
yeah. Although in this map with one camnet, you're already really,
Yeah, two though, because what me and Josh think about is how often do you have to refill on? Like it's hard to refill on this map, you know. It's kind of difficult
yeah,
sometimes. So we same thing on club. We bring double camnet on Clubhouse also. It sounds weird, but we
uh-huh,
actually do that.
yeah,
Me and Josh try to. So at the start of a game, what I always tell Josh, you have 4 frags, right? You want every frag you shoot to have a purpose. You don't want to just mindlessly chunk frags because you don't want to just waste your utility. You want to do it to either push someone off a computer or get a high precision kill that you think is going to kill somebody. Like you never want
yeah,
to just mindlessly shoot them. You want to conserve them. Same thing with your mask.
yeah,
You don't want to just ride it through every smoke grenade. Like you want to conserve it. Like this is like your utility. You want to use it. You always
yeah,
want to have 3 mines down at all times, but you don't want to go out of position to put the mines. So if I'm patrolling
yeah,
this area, my mines are going to be in this area.
yeah.
You don't want to go over there to put a poison mine, because then they're going to get in your machine room.
All players that start off the game,
Hmm.
Rhythm Doctor this, he doesn't care about objectives. He just goes all around the map putting down his mines,
Yeah,
right?
that's a huge problem. It's a
Yeah,
huge
and
problem.
places the spies aren't there.
Yeah, Rex and Sun do the same thing. It's what me and Josh always say. What I taught Josh is the start of the game is the most important time of the game because the spy that's the spy's chance to get momentum before the mercs are set up. So that's the chance to. That's why me and Josh kind of rush on every map at the start because you got to think of
Yeah.
it. The mercs are getting set up. They're getting everything adjusted, and it's your chance to like get an opening.
I kind of don't like do that as a nerd, like putting all my
I
mines
don't
on the
either.
table.
Some maps I
Not
don't
at
put
all.
any mines down. Sometimes I literally get my patrol zone and I try to cut them off.
Yeah, same.
It depends on, like,
I don't
steel.
do
You should
that.
not put any mines down at the start of Steel Squad. You got to get ready for the rush. On Orphanage is a great map in my opinion because you have time to set up. It's the only
Yeah.
map really you have time to truly set up as Merc.
Mm.
You have a small window where you can put all your mines down. I think Orphanage is the best design of a map. It's just the best pure design. Steel is also a good design. Orphanage and Steel are very different maps, but I like the design of both maps.
Mhm.
I think Clubhouse at the highest level would be too spy-sided. I think the pole would be too strong with like really high level players. I think Clubhouse is too. I think Sanctuary is too easy to win as spy.
Mhm.
Obviously Polar is too hard as Merc, or it's too hard. It's too easy to win as Merc, in my opinion. Polar, Aquarius, I think is too easy to win as Merc.
Yeah.
Uh, Factory's pretty balanced, I would say. Orphanage is pretty balanced.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Steel and Orphanage for me are the most balanced two maps.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I like them
balanced.
the most.
Yeah, they're the best design in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, Factory's kind of a unique map, but it's got pretty decent design. I do agree the chem nets are probably too strong on Factory,
Mhm.
but yeah, I would nerf the cam nets on Factory a little bit if I could
Yeah.
rechange the map. Uh, I don't like River Mall's design very much. I don't like the spawns, the spy spawn. I would reposition the spy spawn.
Yeah, that should
The
be
spies
changed.
are kind of trapped in there, like mid
Yeah,
game.
true.
Yeah, I don't like the River Mall spot. You know what I had the idea of doing is like changing. I think River Mall could be a much better map if you change the spy spawn. Like if you changed it completely,
Mhm.
like you gave the spies more options from where to enter the building at. I think it could be a much better map.
Yeah.
Like my idea was the spies have a parking lot they spawn in behind the mall. You can kind of like climb poles to the top. Like there's just different ways to enter.
Mhm.
I think that would be fun. The spy spawn in River Mall is terrible. It's just not very good.
Yeah.
I want to go through each of the maps and just see. I want to see what I. Here, all right. We're gonna rate them all on a scale of 1 to 10. All right. 10
Okay.
being the best. To me, Aquarius is a 6.5. What do you think?
Yeah, I think also it's average.
Average, yeah. Factory is a 7.
Yeah.
I'd say
Maybe 7.5.
yeah, maybe. Clubhouse is a 7, maybe a 7.7 ish, 7.5 ish. I would say Clubhouse and Factory are equal.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I would say equal. Factory might be a little better design, honestly. But
Yeah.
pretty close to equal. Orphanage to me is the closest thing. I'm never gonna give a map a 10. Alright, an example on alright, a flaw in Orphanage, for example, is that connector event between storage and laundry. I think it's too strong for the spies. Like,
Uh,
there's some flaw. I mean, I would give Orphanage a 9. I give it a 9.
yeah.
Okay. Missile Strike a 4. It's terrible. I give it a 3 or 4. It's not good.
The middle part is so bad.
It's bad.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that in the end there's a rocket that gets
Yeah,
lost.
like it's a cool that dude. Me and Josh always make fun of it. Of we're like, God, if we just put a rocket on every map, Rhythm Doctor will play it. Like, you just have to like. Josh is like, my new map. The spies are gonna come in on a rocket ship, and he'll play it. Yeah, Missile Strike. It's a visually kind of decent map. Like
Yeah.
the theme is kind of cool, but yeah, it's not good
Yeah.
design. Station of 4 or 5, 4 or 5. A little better than Missile Strike. Like 4 or 5. Yeah, not good. All right. Steel 8.5.
Maybe I like
You're breaking up a little bit.
uh, still.
Yeah, no, not now. I would give Steel Squad one number below Orphanage for me.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Sometimes I find
even.
Steel more fun.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't know. I
yeah.
think
It
it's
is a
yeah.
fun map for sure. I guess it depends on what we're grading them by. Like map design wise, uh, I don't know. It's kind of hard to beat Orphanage from a balance perspective, but like from just a fun map, then yeah, for sure. Like Polar
Well,
is a fun map, but it's not really that balanced.
but,
I think the Mercs have a pretty big advantage on Polar.
oh, Polar, yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
but yeah,
But
Steel I would give an 8.5 or 9 on Steel.
I would give it, I think the same as Ultimate.
Okay, yeah, that's just fair. All right, so here's my deal with Polar. It's a fun map, but I do think the Mercs are a little too strong on it.
Yeah,
It's a fun map though. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although
that's
the
it.
map Factory is probably better.
Yeah. Museum, I'll give it a 6.
It's not a
6.5.
good map, but I like it.
Yeah. It's not a bad. It's not like a terrible map though. Like you'd
It's
rather
not
play Museum than like Missile Strike, you know?
bad.
Yeah. It's like average. I would say it's like the ultimate average map. Like I can't say it's a terrible map, but it's not a good map. It's like a 5 or 6 or something.
It can get a bit easy to lock it down.
Yeah, definitely. DefTech is terrible design. It's a complete joke. Not worse than Warehouse. Warehouse is obviously the worst, but DefTech's pretty damn close.
I
Yeah,
just consider it a deathmatch map.
yeah. I give this map a 4, 3 or 4. All right, all right. Warehouse is a 1. It's the worst. It's a 1. It's literally a 1. Bank is a 4.
Terrible.
4, a 3, 4. I mean, here's what I don't get. All right, so tell me how are these maps really that much different?
No, they just make the cosmetics look different.
Yeah, I mean they're objectives in one room. I never understand why people mock Warehouse, but they don't mock Bank. I'll never understand that.
I totally agree.
Like
It's bad.
we can agree Bank is better, but it's like they're both the same concept. Like they throw all the objectives in one room.
Yeah.
River Mall. This one's a hard one to rate. Like first of all, this map looks great. It's a great looking map. Like
Yeah.
I really want to like it. Like I want to like this map a lot. Like I want to like it because it's so nice. The ambient's really cool. But I give it like a 6.5.
Some stuff in the back is like also pretty good, not bad, but the
Yeah.
spawners.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Vertigo, I don't like at all. I don't like this map.
No. It's not, you played it right. You learned it.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's not very good design.
No, right? I
Yeah.
was thinking that too. That the game design.
Cinema is. I had to give Cinema slightly below River Mall. It's like I don't know 6. Give it like a 6, I guess.
Pretty small and weird.
It's way better than Bank and Warehouse and Missile Strike though. Like it's way better than those maps.
Sure.
Yeah. Mount. All right. So this is Josh. We'll just say Mount Hospital in general. It's too spy-sided. The computer time is too short. Like 9-second computers is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
The computer times need to be uppered.
Is that wrong?
Yeah. 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 It's too spy-sided. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's kind of just spy-sided a little bit. Schermerhorn. All right. Default Schermerhorn's a joke. It's you gotta hack 3 out of 4.
Because of the sounds. I really like the.
Yeah, I like the theme of the map. It's like a sewer system. Like I like the theme for sure.
Bad map.
Like even in bad maps, you can find something you like. Like this map has a cool theme to it, like the sewer and the water. It's like really cool.
The sound.
So Sanctuary is all right. So like I'm not a huge fan of the spy spawn. The spy spawn is good and bad. I don't know. Like I don't know how I feel about being able to run all the way around the map as spy. I don't know. I mean, I give it like a 7. Like, I don't think it's bad, but I think the useless PCs shouldn't be useless. Like, they kind of are though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's a bit of because once they're gone, the map becomes so you can't really
Yeah.
protect them well. And when they're gone, the map.
Yeah, you need to be able to protect the useless PCs better. Like, I would make a new doorway or something, for sure. Yeah, that's probably the main fix this map needs, is that. I would also like them to make the church more useful in some way, because like this map's called Sanctuary, but there's nothing in the
Yeah,
church except that disc at
that's
the
true.
very top. Like I wish they would do
Most
something with the church.
Yeah, huge chunk of the map is like out of
Yeah, yeah.
out of place.
Because they made this nice church, but there's like nothing to it. I mean, there's like a like the like entry level of the church is like pointless.
Yeah.
And I don't like that they just copy the orphanage ambient. Also, they just like copy it. Shadow Moses, this map sucks.
That's a tiny map, kind of.
Yeah, I'm
Not
not a huge
definitely
fan.
tiny.
The disc is too hard to get. That's about all of them though. Crawler Lab's alright. Too merc sided, but it's I give it like a 6. It's not terrible. It's not like a terrible map, but it's
What I don't like much about it is that it's very tough to get into
the
the
lab.
lab.
Yeah, lab is too tough. Yeah, that's exactly what the problem is with this map. And the thing is,
Yeah.
you cannot win spy on this map without getting into lab.
Yeah. I think that's like it makes it really merc-sided, but once you're in,
It's
mercs
too
are
strong.
basically
Yeah, like that's what I told Phoenix. This map is too hard to get. They need to make it easier to get into lab, but once the spies are in lab, they need to make it less powerful. Like the mercs need to be able to rotate between the objectives better. And that hack is too strong. Like the hack in the lab is too strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all the maps. Xenoplex is decent. It's decent. It's really not that bad. Yeah, that's all of them. You're breaking up a little bit. It might be CT though. God, Josh is sleeping for a while. He must be really sleeping.
Can you send me the recording?
Oh, I'm still recording. Whoops.